I'm making this video for all the people who are really suffering from ADHD, from autism, from various anxiety issues, from the problems that you have been facing in your daily life when it comes to mental disorders. As a neurodivergent, you are classified into those people who are sensitive, who are hyper, who are living their life different from those who other people say are neurotypes or these are normal people. With my experience I have, with my job experiences, with my interview experiences, I have seen that it is difficult for a neurodivergent person who has some traumas, who has some attention problems, who has awareness consciousness problems, who is not focused on one thing, who is seeking dopamine, who needs dopamine, and who is not behaving in the way that a normal person is. It is difficult for that person to carry out a 9 to 5 job. It is difficult for that person to go through the life like other normal people, like neurotypes, whatever people are saying nowadays are. So I want to say to you guys that if you are neurodivergent, it is better for you to actually stay away from a 9 to 5 job, because what it's gonna do is it will give you a very big crash in the form of a burnout, because you're not gonna fit in, you're not gonna actually behave like those people, you're not gonna communicate with other people like a normal person does, you're not gonna feel like those people. And what is gonna give you, it's gonna give you burnout, it's gonna give you anxiety, it's gonna give you after crashes, and it's just like you have been hit by a car, or you have an accident, you have been getting a lot of trauma by it, you are getting more stressed by it, which is sending your body, sending your mind into a fight or flight mood. You're continuously going into a survival mood, and if you're just ignoring these signs, you are carrying out these things, it's gonna make it worse. A neurodivergent person feels so much, he feels so much about the environment, he is super sensitive, because a person who has been traumatized into his childhood, a person who has been grown up into a very stressed environment. People say that we don't have traumas, we don't actually remember the traumas that we have faced. But even if you don't have some traumas, like you haven't been kidnapped, you haven't been abused, or you haven't been gone through a war, but if your parents still gave you a really stressed environment, whether it was financial stress, whether it was environmental stress, whatever it was, it can shape up your reality, because some people are really sensitive to it. And sensitive people, their brain changes, their prefrontal cortex, whatever it is, it changes, it takes time to regain control and whatever it is. So if you're going into a 9 to 5, if you're going into a 9 to 5 loop where most of the people are bots, basically bots, because I'm pretty sure that as the world goes on, the AI, the artificial intelligence, that's gonna take place of the human, and the people who are working into data entry jobs, who are working on to call center jobs, who are doing all these things, because you people are basically bots. And a neurodivergent person, he is different to a bot, because he feels, he sees things a lot, he is aware of things a lot, he basically sees the things that other normal people are not, because his brain is actually scanning for the things that a normal person brain doesn't. He's gonna analyze the behavior, he's gonna analyze that a 9 to 5 is just sucking all of his life, he has few hours left in his day for to be relaxed. As a neurodivergent, it is difficult for you to relax, it is difficult for you to cope with these type of jobs. So what I'm going to say is that there are people who are actually doing jobs who are also neurodivergent, but these people will be some on some form of medications, some form of drugs to actually go through this pain. And I'm not saying that you can never do a 9 to 5, but if you can manage your symptoms, if you're not haven't fully recovered from your burnout, if you haven't recovered from anhedonia, if you haven't recovered from all these things, if you're not stable, if you're sometimes too much happy, then you are sometimes too much sad, it is difficult for you to carry out a 9 to 5 job, and your behavior you never gonna fit in. Maybe it's harsh for you, but you're never gonna fit into that environment. It is better for you to freelance. It is better for you to start your own startup. It's better for you to, if you are rich, you gotta invest, and you have to give a lot of time there to yourself, to regulating your brain, to regulate yourself, than to actually force yourself to an environment which is truly not helping you to regulate, not helping you to actually feel better, which is all enhancing your survival mood. So I have felt this a lot, and I do not know why my communications, my self-esteem, my everything just got sucked when I was just seeking out 9 to 5 jobs. I successfully got it 9 to 5 jobs, but after 3 months I would burn out. Then after 4 months even I would burn out. I will say face these kind of difficulties because my mind, my body was totally on fight or flight mode. As you grow, as you think that you have like overcame your issues, you have overcame your symptoms, you have overcame your problems with your mentality, you have gained your inner self, then it is okay to experiment with your life. You can go outside, do a 9 to 5 jobs. But if I have to tell you that what you need to do, if you are neurodivergent, if you are not regulated now, you need to give a lot of time to yourself, regulating. Go outside, even if you have agoraphobia, go outside, have fun, try to have as much as fun as you can, and try to do some freelancing, try to have works, some part-time works, like if they can allow you to manage yourself, to manage your burnouts, to manage your stress, and it's make sure that the environment, the stress is not that much. So this is gonna be a little bit helpful for you. But otherwise, if you're trying to do a full-time unactive 9 to 5 job, it's not for you, because no matter what, you're not gonna think like normal person, you're not gonna feel like normal person, you're not gonna behave that way, which will even traumatize you more. I don't care if you like these thoughts, and if you're getting hurt by these ideas. Like at some point I was getting hurt by this idea, but this is the reality. And you can also do some content creation stuff if you can earn from it, some freelancing, starting your own startups, investing, getting help from your siblings or whatever in creating a new business, and actually giving yourself as much freedom as you can to actually heal yourself. So I hope that you like this video. Do comment about your symptoms, and so I can communicate with you, and thanks for watching.